And I have kids, 17, 14, 9. These kids are looking at inheriting a world in which they have no financial means to support the largest geriatric population that's ever existed, on top of the sickest peer group that's ever existed, as they come out of the workplace, into the workplace as they exit college. And so for me as a parent, it's really difficult for me to have any peace in my sleep at night thinking this is the world I'm passing on. And so the thing that gets us tirelessly out of bed in the morning and cranking in the lab and the clinic and everything else we do with all the balls in the air is to say, I want to pass on something better to my kids. And for goodness sakes, all the families here with autistic children, you've already seen it. You're seeing the sickest generation of children we've ever had. And that they are the canary in the coal mine for our way of life is really tragic. It's a really sad thing as a clinician, and it's an overwhelming reality for the parents. And so the fact that there's so many brilliant minds here this week, and I've traveled the world lecturing in the Western medicine world as, thought I was really important, thought I knew something, gave lectures all over the place, thought I was brilliant, and I was around what I thought were a lot of brilliant people, but we were all in the same box, patting each other on the back around something that we thought we were achieving. To come here today and be around the scientists and clinicians that are here, it is absolutely inspiring as another clinician and scientist to be around these minds. The Quicksilver Group, Slovak, you can go down the list of speakers, and it's absolutely inspiring how many people are jumping out of the ship and creating their own lifeboats for people to jump into with all kinds of avenues of hope. And so we are at a very exciting tipping point as an industry, whereas we are not going to be driven by academia anymore. We're going to be driven as a medical society by the consumer. We're at a tipping point in the fiscal environment of this country. We are no longer going to be making money off of war. We're going to start making money off of health. We're no longer going to be treating cancer. We're going to be treating health and creating an environment where people simply don't get cancer. That tipping point is not going to be driven at the academic level. That tipping point is going to happen in these seats and in the bleachers around the country of consumers who are fed up being the patient. One of the most dismal things that can happen to a human being right now is to end up as a patient on the end of a Western medicine diagnostic list. It is lonely. It is terrifying. You feel like you have no advocate. It is not a pleasant experience. And I can tell you that your doctors didn't intend that. They are good people that went into it for the right reasons. They were given a terrible education with a really pathetic toolbox. And so good people are really getting depressed, delivering horrible care, and they know it, but they feel overwhelmed because look at these numbers. 1 in 2, cancer. Are you kidding me? How are we going to keep up? We're fingers in the dike. We're going to keep up because we're going to completely change the playing field. And that's what we're going to do today.